Hi, I'm John from JT Plastering and Wall Insulation. Do you live in an older property that has cold and damp bay windows? In this video I just wanted to show you a recent bay window job that we've been working on in West Yorkshire after the customer contacted me to ask if I could fix the damp mouldy walls. I'll run you through the process of how we typically insulate the walls and ceiling on this type of curved bay window. It's very common in the winter months for condensation and black spot mould to form on the walls of these bays. This is because they were only built with a single brick thickness, unlike the double brick insulated cavity walls that you do see on modern homes now. So the first job was to strip away the existing ceiling boards, and as you can see there's no insulation at all. So this area will have caused a lot of heat loss from the room. So to remedy that, we need to cut some 50mm PIR boards and we'll fit them in between the timbers, allowing for an air gap above. And once these boards are fitted, we can then fully board the ceiling with an additional layer of 12mm insulated XPS board, which is mechanically fixed into the timbers, as you can see there, using screws and washers. So the next job is starting to knock off the solid plaster from around the window frames, and we often find that these window reveals typically don't have any insulation, so we'll always aim to fit the maximum thickness of insulation we can here, but it does depend on the size of the window frame. On this job we did have the space to fit a 12mm thick XPS board around the window reveals, and these are 6 times more thermally efficient than a standard plaster board. So then we can start to knock off the original solid plaster from the curved wall under the window, and this is to give us the space to fit the thinner 6mm XPS board, and we're using this because it's thin enough to bend around the curve, but it still gives a 25 to 30% thermal uplift to the wall. And these thin insulated boards do create a thermal barrier which keeps the surface temperature of the wall higher, so it will reduce heat loss and stop the condensation and black spot mould coming back. You can see that we are using a low expansion PU foam to fill any gaps between or around the window frames, and the reason we use this type of adhesive is because it won't pull any moisture through from a solid wall like a traditional dot and dab gypsum adhesive would. Another big advantage of using these thinner boards is that we can match the thickness of the original plastered wall, so we don't need to move any radiator pipes or replace window boards and skirting, so it just makes this system a lot quicker and less disruptive. Once we've got all the boards fixed, we can get them sealed with a primer, and then we can get them plastered to match in with the existing walls in the room, and finally just clean up and leave the room all ready for decorating. We've built up a strong reputation in this area for quality plastering and insulation work. So if you'd like to check out what our previous customers around Yorkshire do say about us, click the link in the description and read our 5-star Google reviews. And if you do live in the Yorkshire area and you want to find out more information on the different services that we offer, have a look on our website jtplastering.com. From there you can fill out your details on our contact form so that we can give you a quote for any insulation, damp proofing or plastering work. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon.